today. I don't know why. These things do happen. We do record these sessions, so whenever you need, you can have a look at it. What I normally do as in practice, I normally share these links after the recording has been processed at the server. Then our legal team or copyright team, they'll go through this recording for any violations or all their legal mumbo jumbos, and they basically push it on the YouTube. So you can have a look at it from your mobile, from any device for that matters, right? This is how it works normally as far as the previous sessions are concerned, right? So here, let me start with okay. Wow, we have more than we have 7 participants. Okay, let me let's take a kind of introduction, right? So let me start with mine. I'm Ravindra Pandey. You can call me Ravindra. You can call me, I think Ravindra is the best. Okay. Then I have around total 27 plus years of experience. I worked in around 17 to be precise, different countries as a work related thing, not a travel related thing. I'm a vivid project manager enthusiast from late 1999s. I closely associated with PMI, I closely associated with Agile, Agile India, Agile Scrum Alliance, Safe Alliance. Plus I'm giving training for Guru School on project management, business analyst, cybersecurity, DevOps, and few others. So I'm a kind of trainer by passion. This is my passion. This is how I do it. So if you have your question, you can just ask me then and there rather than waiting for the end of the day, or end of the seminar or whatnot. You can ask. WhatsApp is the best way to start talking, and we can basically try to understand each other during the course of time, and we'll basically try to use the best possible scenarios or best possible explanation which is kind of related to your personality, because I know one solutions can't fit all. Okay, so same here. I'm quite flexible in terms of how we conduct training. So I would really love to understand from you if I'm doing the good job, better job, or do I need to improve in somewhere. So please forthcoming about it. Please be outspoken about it. Don't stress out yourself. So that'll be my first request, first humble request to you. I don't treat it as an I'm a trainer and you are the kind of trainee or party. I normally treat you as a participant. If you know what that means, we are equal. We are working together to learn certain things. That's how I put it. Again, the best way to attend this training is via laptop. And I believe there are certain participants who want their cameras on. I'm either way, I'm good. Okay, so because I do various hand movements, various facial expression whenever I train. So if you have a look at it, it'll be better. But if you're not, that's your choice, and I'm fine with that as well. Okay, let's let me take an introduction for each of us. What I would really request you to put your name as an your Zoom ID, so that we can understand. I can refer you by that name. I think Jignesh Patel ji are good, Priya Chavan ji are good, Siddharth Gupta are good, Richa ji I know personally. Richa ji is the trainer. I'll basically hand the baton to Richa ji so that she can give you her introduction, and then we'll go overall sequentially in terms of alphabetical order, right? Richa ji, good morning to you, ma'am. Okay, Richa ji and me, we are in India. I'll also start my camera. I feel better that way. Richa ji and myself, we are in India. So it's morning for us. It's like 6:30. I've been basically preparing for this for last 1.5 hours. So, I'm working on this training. I do get up early. That's my habit. And, this is how we are doing. Richa ji, it's you. Please go ahead. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Good evening, all. This is Richa Saxena. Is my camera on?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you and see you. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Light is not there.
It's dark, I believe. Yeah, but that's okay.
Better to keep it off. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
So good evening, all. I'm Richa Saxena, and I am here associated with Ravindra ji for your session called PMP-PgMP, Safe and Agile. And I am basically responsible for Agile and Safe, I can say, over here. So the rest of the part like rest of the part of this session, this training would be conducted by Ravindraji, and I'll be taking care of safe. And yes, that's the only thing I can say here. Ravindraji, we are going to cover in this Agile also. Scrum?
Well,
No.
I will address the TOC and everything. Please don't worry on that part. That's rich agenda.
Sure. Okay. So we are here for this. So welcome to the Guru Schools family. And yes, as Ravindraji said, please don't feel shy or don't feel anything while posting your queries on the WhatsApp group. And we will be there to help you out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Richa ji.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Richaji. It's really, it's my pleasure to have Richaji with me. She's really a great trainer. She's working with, Agile, Safe, and various other Agile-related, alliances from last quite a good number of years. She's a vivid speaker in, various international forums nowadays. She closely working with many multinational to get the Safe adoption started. If you know Safe, who all are heard of Safe as of now? Skilled Agile. Any idea? Anybody? Nobody? That's a bit strange, but that's okay. No problem. I can understand that. What I would really, love to do is basically start discussing within each other, start getting to know each other better. And I can understand if there are any background noises, if there are any, challenges in terms of light or, you stepped out. But please don't miss out trainings. Please do your own notes so that whenever we, want to discuss certain things, you are basically, couldn't understand any of these specific topics, you can ask again. No problem in that. We might have additional session in case if we have a list of such entities. Please don't worry on those part. It's my responsibility to complete the course within 2.5 months. That's what I have committed. In terms of schedule and all. So let me manage the schedule and these things. We might meet on Sundays if that's required, as far as the length and breadth of the course is considered, right? So I would really request you to introduce yourself, starting from Dol Patel. Dol Patel, could you please?
Yeah, hi. So my name is Drishti Patel.
Wow, Drishti, such a great name, ma'am.
Thank you.
Lakshmi ji. Ma'am, could you change your name? Means, can I call you Drishti ji? Means, is that a fine refrain?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, so I've done my bachelor's in business administration last year. So I graduated from Sardar Patel University in August 2020. And so I want to do something related to my field. So I chose this. I mean, right now I'm in New Jersey, USA.
Are you working somewhere, ma'am, right now?
No, not right now.
Have you worked in IT ever?
No, but my whole family is in IT.
Oh, wow.
My
So
paternal both sides.
It's like kind of you're working in IT. The way IT people work, myself, we do bring IT to our home. We do talk those big words to, uses many reference to IT, you like it or not, but that's the way we work. It's like with everybody, like lawyers, like doctors, they bring their, work, it's into their mind and body, right?
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you couldn't, understand any terms, any, things which I'm explaining, please stop me there and I'll be happy to explain it to you. Okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem.
Sure. Thank you, Drishti. It's really great to know you. May I request Jignesh ji, could you please?
Hi, my name is Jignesh Patel. And I used to get the bachelor degree in civil engineering in 1998.
Wow.
And I have some experience in computer work like C++, which is long in 1998, 1999. And I never had any work in a computer. Right now I work in a gas station as a cashier and a manager. So I try to refresh my all computer work.
Wow, great. This will be really helpful to you in terms of adopting to the management principle, which are basically, instilled by Project Management Institute. We'll learn, they divide these managements into 10 knowledge area. Means we can think about it like 10 different knowledge, groups where we normally concentrate our management efforts. And we basically, go through those. And there's a sequence and priority attached to it. So we'll learn that. It'll help you basically in improvement of your current job, as well as you can go for PMI certification, and we would help you, in getting the question banks and all those things. That's really great. Thank you, Jignesh. Thanks a lot. In addition to project management, we also, will have a look at safe, scale, agile. We also will look at the product owner type of, roles, which is a kind of very senior manager or a visionary role in terms of management itself. This is not product owner from Scrum. Scrum is also another role in, product owner is also another role in Scrum. But these product owners are like, senior product managers or something like that, those sort. I don't want to confuse you as on day one. I'm just, sharing the thought process. And this will be kind of overall introductory session out as of today. I want to even, like to understand expectation also, if you have any, and we'll go over it. It'll kind of second round, of discussions, right? So that will be really great.
I'm about to ask this question to Jignesh ji. That sorry, Ravindra ji, I'm cutting you in between.
No problem. Please go ahead, ma'am.
So Jignesh ji, one question to you. Why do you want to switch your industry?
Because I had to take care of my mother and she's handicapped, so I cannot work outside the home, so I try to work at home.
Okay.
And I get the bachelor degree in civil engineering in 1998. Then I had to do some experience in a computer at the time, Visual Basic, C++, Visual C++. But I don't have attached with the computer for a long time, but I'm gonna start again.
Okay.
Is there any problem with that, or?
No. I just want to know the expectations of yours. Like, what is your expectation?
I like to work from home. My expectations, like, easy to work from.
Due to medical emergencies, you
not the medical emergency. I had to take care of mother, so I would like to work from home.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, Jignesh ji. Yeah. Preeti ji, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. First of all, you can call me Preeti. Thank you. So I am currently residing in Arizona. And I have done my associate degrees back in '99 in the software applications. But thereafter, I was in the banking industry for 15 plus years, worked in different departments. That was in California. So I moved to Arizona about 5 years back. So that's when I had to switch my industry from banking to auto insurance, because in Arizona there is lack of opportunities when it comes to the banking industry. So after changing it to there, I have moved up. I'm doing quite well, but I want to make my 6 figures and above. So very much it's a growth in the career and the financial wise also. I picked up this, actually I have done this course, not with you, with someone else like a few years back, but at that time I was not in the stage to move on with the job opportunities, but now I'm ready. So that's where I am. My sister, she's a BA currently. So she's also going to be a support for me while learning this, about the BA. And of course, now you guys are doing the safe skill, which I have not learned it before. So yeah, that is the scenario for my case.
Great. Thank you, Preeti ji. It was really great. And I really like the, confident voice here. We could, I'm not trying to compare here with anybody else, but the way, you can speak, it's really great. It really, the confidence pours out of your communication, right? This is a need. This is a need of a manager. When you speak loud and clear so that everybody can listen to you. And this is really a need. This is how the manager's personality get built up. We'll discuss this thing, in depth whenever we go to the project management, the need and the length and breadth of the whole roles and responsibility kind of scenario. This is a kind of need of overall. Whenever you start talking, it's not how others should feel, should stop talking. It's basically they should feel a need to listen to you, something like that sort, right? If you can create those personality effects or talking effects, it's really great help for everybody, because most of the time what happens, whatever you trying to speak out, it's get basically shadowed by other speaking, it gets shadowed by various other sound. So I would really request everybody to speak loud and clear. If you have don't if you're using something like an older laptop or something, grab a mic. It'll hardly cost around $10 to $15, which can give you a really good clear voice whenever you're. And now, as Jignesh clearly put out, we work in a remote environment, so your voice should be heard by everybody, clear and crisp. Even if it's louder to them, they can reduce their volume. That's not a problem. But if your voice is a bit lower, it's difficult for quite a few guys, because they couldn't make out, or they get overall start speaking in between or asking something like pardon me kind of scenario. So that's really great. And thanks, really, it's really great. As you correctly mentioned, the prime motto is uplifting our financial careers in the sense increasing our salary, trying to get a job which is at the north of $150 per year. That's how I look at it as far as the training output goes. If I can't do that, I think I have failed. Means that's one of the prime target. Knowledge is one thing, but grabbing opportunity is the most important thing what we are trying to do here. Knowledge you can keep learning throughout your life. You will never be a you can never stop learning. That's my motto. Even I'm trying to learn from you, and that's how I put it. That's why even I describe myself as a participant in this whole discussions. We learn together. I'll learn many things. You'll learn many things. There are many things which even unknowingly we teach others, right? Like the way Preetiji communicated. I really respect such scenarios. And unless and until you can speak loud and clear, it's really difficult to showcase your confidence in this online meetings area. I hope you can understand me. And no disrespect to anybody else. Everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own way of building art out of their life, right? So and so forth. And I'm a bit of spiritual person, so these things do come in in between our communication. How we can be a calm, enjoying person, how we can make our life easy with increasing the financial bar of our day-to-day life, or quality of our life, as they say in North America. Okay. And if you don't understand, please ask question then and there. I couldn't request you enough. Thanks, Preetiji. Thanks a lot, and welcome here.
Thank you.
Most welcome, ma'am. Priya Chauhan, Priya ji, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Priya Chauhan, and everybody can call me Priya. I have 7 years of experience as a senior business analyst way back in India. I have worked for various big clients in India, such as National Stock Exchange, Tea Board of India, IRDA, insurance companies. But after coming to US, I have a career gap, and I'm also PMP certified. So now after I'm settled now here in US, and I want to start my career again. So great. I'm just looking back to start back from the same roadmap, as in I was BA, senior BA, and into project management. So want to continue the same line. So sure. I'm here to continue my training.
Great. And as Devji normally speaks up, I'll repeat his sentence. We should basically, start looking out for the best opportunity right away, rather than waiting to, get this training completed. Because again, onboarding or our output to work starts after almost a month or so, right? So if you can start today, joining these resume preparatory sessions, interview, vendor interview sessions, and all those things which are normally scheduled on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It'll be really great help and great start, frankly speaking. Believe me, you can start from the next Tuesday because Thursday was today, right? No,
Yes.
today was Wednesday,
Today's
right?
Wednesday,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So tomorrow there will be, session at 2 o'clock. You can just listen to start with for a couple of sessions and try to understand how how Devji basically guides you. He's have a great experience in North American market as far as IT scenario goes. So he can guide you in depth in terms of understanding the market, preparing yourself to be part of it. Because, if you look at overall IT scenario, this is a high paying industry.
Right.
It's, of course, you need to put in your mind and efforts, but there are least physical effort in IT. The whole, point is basically utilizing our mind, utilizing our, the artistic nature, the, management, control, monitoring and control, and so on and so forth in IT, as per the current market scenario. This is the most important term here, as per the current market scenario and needs. And that's how we are going to get the best possible payouts from these guys. And that's how it works out. The way, we walk throughout these sessions is working in parallel, keep building your knowledge step by step, but also try to grab if there's a good opportunity comes our way. And that's the most important thing, because once you grab the opportunity, we'll get experience in terms of actual interviewing. This is like, you're reading about swimming for 6 years, and when you actually put your foot in a water, it's a different scenario, right? Have we experienced? Everybody knows swimming, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So, reading swimming theoretically doesn't, I'll not say it doesn't help, it helps. But overall, when you put your foot in water, it's altogether a different scenario, because nobody explains you when you put your foot in water, you need to really care about the temperature. Right. Swimming start with overall how to balance your, life, how to balance your body in the water, what is buoyancy, and, how to stroke your hand and leg and blah, 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 blah. But whenever you actually start enjoying these interviews, enjoying these, resume building, start building a brand of yourself. That's how the actual, job market gets open for you. And we need to keep improving then and there for the current requirement. That's the most fun part of it. It's the most challenging scenario where we adopt to the current requirement. We try to outshine those current requirements to grab that opportunity, which will pay us almost anywhere between north of 150K per year. And that's how we target it, right? So this way, we really getting ourselves, what you can say, market or, pro market resources or hotcakes. That's how they, call it in terms of recruitment linguistics. Okay. And Priyaji, thanks for bringing this up. This is how we are going to work. So I would really request you, pull out some time. You can, take a break from work for around half an hour to 1 hour. The, overall, these sessions won't go more than an hour plus, but it gives you a good idea of how to start building your profile, how to address those, profiles or the work gaps, how to address or how to thin the projects, how do you describe your projects, how do you describe yourself in terms of resumes, because the profile and resume, whatever goes to the recruitments, need to have certain keywords inbuilt into them. And how do you normally inbuild, how do you basically get to align your profile in those requirements and so on and so forth. So this is really crucial need. And I would really request every one of you to please be a part of those discussions and start working on your profile from tomorrow itself, right? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Priyaji. Most welcome here. Let's start with Siddharthji. Siddharthji is basically, joining us from our previous PMP-PMI batch. He couldn't complete that thing due to some, family challenges. So I would request Siddharthji, could you please, give your introduction?
Ji Ravindra ji, first of all, thank you so much, and good evening and good morning to everybody. So I hope you can hear me.
Yes, clearly. Please go ahead.
Sir. Great. So I have almost 10 years of experience with SAP, So SAP is, for those who know, it's great. For those who do not, SAP is an IT software. It's a business software, and it's also a business software making company. So I was working with the business software making company SAP, and there I learned a few things in IT. And I think the last I worked with them, I was in a position of a program manager. I was basically managing clients and their engagements with SAP, the company. So the reason I wanted to do this training program was because I never really got a very in-depth, knowledge of project management or that of BA as such, and I wanted to learn that because it would help me build my career better. And I'm obviously looking for a job and a good salary in the future, which is the crux of everything. So yeah, that is what brings me here. Thank you.
Thanks, Daji. Thanks a lot. So, additional part of the overall, these training which are not technical are basically, we have to understand a bit linguistic of information technology area, IT area. As we were discussing, there are some, lingos, or there are some words which are normally used in professions, right? If you look at doctors, they use their really heavy words, surgery, neurosurgery, and those difficult medicine which you can't pronounce otherwise if you don't know the actual pronunciation and all those things. So you need to learn those pronunciation also. Same with legal professions, same with various other professions also. Even for IT, we need to understand these terminology. Something like what is a project management, what is a project, what is a management all about, why we normally refer to it as a management, what is administrative, what is business, what is requirement, and these things we learn step by step, where we start understanding the basic crux of the need, basic intention of the learnings, basic intention of going through these sessions, right? So we'll start at there. Unless until anybody have any questions for me at this moment, or can we start?
Nothing from my side.
Okay,
Me for
great.
me.
I would really request you to be really vocal and speak up. Means, that's why normally we have these discussions, right? So let's do Sri Ganesha. Today is Hartalika in India. So tomorrow is your Hartalika there. And day after tomorrow, our Ganpati Shri Agman is there. So Ganpati is going to come for our house for 10 days. So it's a kind of really auspicious day. And we are starting on really a good mood, to be precise. My missus, she's MS in astrology, MS in Vastu Shastra. She's doing her PhD in physics. We all a family of a kind of learners, and we do career in education, and I'm really proud of that. I have my two daughters. They are just enrolling for their first year junior college. So we do have a bit of challenging scenario here in Mumbai. There are admission process going on, and there are lots of challenges due to online COVID, the way Indian government is handling the online stuff, their policies and procedure tweaking and all those things. Even I'm working with state and central government as an advisor for cybersecurity. I'm a founder member of NASCOM, so I do have special interest in anti-piracy movement. I'm a lawyer. I just completed my LLB. The results is out last week. So I'm a lawyer as of now. I still need to get my licenses from central government and state government. We call it membership of bar association. So I'm there right now. I'm just trying to explain the current scenario here, so that we can relate better. I would really expect from your side also to keep speaking, keep outspoken, and we could understand even there are certain challenges, even moving to online as well. And as Jignesh clearly put out, you need to put out certain extra efforts to move your whole work to online. And mostly all the enthusiasts, they forget that. Don't treat as an online is always easy. We need to really walk extra mile to learn online. If you are standing in front of me, I can explain you in depth many things which are I couldn't translate online. That's why we have cameras, and that's why we have better and better microphone day by day. So we need to utilize this medium for us for the best possible learning. And that's what I would really request you to get a laptop, keep a pen and a pad ready so that you can note down if you really, couldn't get the, meaning much. And you can ask me those things if you really couldn't make out head or tail about what I have spoken. Because for me, I'm an RT enthusiast. I work with quite a few organizations, but even my wording tend to be difficult sometimes without I'm personally knowing it. So I tend to explain myself in giving with giving examples, trying to discuss challenges which I had. I would really request you to do the same. If you have any challenges in similar area, please speak up. Please discuss it up. Again, I'll repeat, it's my responsibility to make sure we complete this course in 2.5 months. Okay, at the max within 3 months, but my target is 2.5 months. That's the planned schedule. Okay, this is what we call planned schedule. So schedule has to be planned. Whatever you do, you need to work on your to-do list early morning or at the end of the day, whatever you prefer as a person. And each person are an artist of their own. Nobody else can walk the mile for you. You have to do it. Unless and until you do the walking, do the efforts, put on the efforts which are required there, nobody can teach you anything live. So as a person, I would really request you to be more active, more outspoken about challenges, more outspoken about how I can learn better and those scenarios. Okay, so let me do Sri Ganesha. And you have seen this banner. So this course is all about business analyst, project management, scaled agile, and product owner. In between the lines, we are going to learn how actually management do happen in a typical IT scenario. So even if you're going to join organizations, something like NASA, something like Ford, something like Chrysler's, or something like St. Louis Community Hospital, any such thing, you are going to be a part of overall IT scenario, the way we work it out. So you'll be kind of IT manager, you'll be kind of IT business analyst, and so on and so forth. We'll talk about these roles whenever we go through such topics, and then we'll discuss how you yourself can basically leverage your inner instinct to utilize the tools which are available in the market. And believe me, there are some favorites, there are some really cryptic tools to everybody. And we need to understand, we need to put some extra effort if that tool is kind of need of the hour, right? And this thing do happen. Even in choosing the job, if we have options, I would really choose a job which can satisfy me more. And this is, I'm discussing out of my experience. But yes, everybody has their priority. Everybody has their own way of getting things work out, right? So I want you to be you. And let's try to help me, help me to help you in depth, right? With that, I'll just move it to the second slide where, oh, come on. Okay. And yes, Zoom is also a tool. It gives you a bit of, jitters whenever you need the most. Like today, it took almost 1.5 minutes late. Pardon me, I'm, born and bottom in Mumbai. We do care about minutes. Even I worked in New York. I worked in Stamford, Connecticut. I worked in St. Louis. I worked in Milpitas. So, I roamed around US quite a lot. I was there for almost around 4.5 to 5 years. Means there were 2 or 3 stints where I used to work with enterprise rent-a-car to start with. Well, my first job with Priceline.com as a project leader. Then I worked with Union Pacific Railroad as architect for their most crucial projects. We will discuss these things whenever we discuss our experiences. Then I joined enterprise rent-a-car as an employee, where I worked for almost 2 years. I think that was one of the most, job where I learned the most, I enjoyed the most. Of course, I, was fortunate to really reap the benefit of employee of a Crawford Group. If you know Crawford Group, it's one of the 10 most, prestigious group. Rather than prestigious, 10 most, asset holding, top 10 most asset holding groups. So they are rich by revenue, rich by their assets and all, right? So yeah, there are various ways to list down these based companies to work on and all those things. So here, just to return to our overall scenario here, we are trying to learn various technologies and tools to make ourselves more enabled for the given job. That's the basic intention, right? To start with, we will closely work with International Business Analyst Institute, IIBA. This is the most prominent institution which works on business analysis process, policies, frameworks, and methodology to be adopted by a typical BA. Then we'll move to Project Management Institute. This is the most prominent body in terms of IT Project Management Institute, and now it's adopted by quite a few organizations across the world, including US military, NASA, Ford, Chrysler, quite a good number of auto majors, quite a good number of financial majors like the Bank of America, the Commerce Bank, and so on and so forth. So there are lots of guidance from these institutes. So whenever we learn these things, I'll share these links with you. I'll share some additional YouTube links also if you want to revisit or you want to understand these wording from other trainers as well. That'll help you to build your concept more clearer. And if you start building down your notes, taking down notes with pen and paper, we really can walk the extra mile where I create my own thought process for a particular topic better. And you can be a kind of trainer, you can be a kind of good person which can describe these topics to others as well, right? I want you to be there, frankly speaking. Again, we are going to improve many of our even day-to-day life cycles, day-to-day events which we do. We will improve it. Unless and until I make a change in your life, day-to-day life, I don't think I'm really helping you out. Believe me, this is the way I work. This is the way I train, frankly speaking. And then we move to this adopting to the change, and then we move to the scaled agile way. Now, if you look at agility, agility is basically adopted by industry experts. They've started adopting from 2001 or something in those years, and they built something called agile project methodologies or thought process or mindset, the way you want to refer it. So what is agility? Agility is basically getting near to the client, adapting to the flexibility, working closely, do extensive collaboration, and try to build solutions, products, or projects in line with the actual business requirement with their observance day to day. This is what the collaboration is all about, right? And this is how we're going to learn agile. Nowadays, there's a new movement or new adoptions started for bigger projects. It's called scaled agile. It means they are scaling the agile to a level of a bigger project, bigger products, bigger support or services type of engagements, so that you can adopt to various operational aspects of the agility as well. It started as a typical project management mindset, then it moved to a level where we have really a bigger scale, like the projects or a product development or a service development goes years together. And that's how we call it scaled agile or upscaled agile. So there are some lingos which is used in the industry, which we are going to learn in SAFe. And then we move to the last step of our product called product management, or rather product owners. So you own the product. So if you're into product management, which is altogether a separate thought process as of now, they're still building it step by step. So if you really venture into these groups, these new job opportunities of product owner, you can really reap the benefits of early risers, right? Or early starters, where you can really ask for good payouts. You can really building your process on your own, so that you can be an artist or you can be a really CIO, CTO level guy and start guiding a complete product as your own product. The best part about product development is you are closely associated with the product, you fall in love with product, you grow with the product. And so as the product goes, your kitty, your pie, your thought process, your maturity, your paycheck also grows together. That's the best part of product. As far as project goes, projects are temporary endeavors. So project has a start, has an end, has a movement in terms of moving the project to support, volunteer, and all those things. But product, they keep growing. We got normally a new versions. Think it like Microsoft Windows, right? Microsoft Windows started with well, there was a disk operating system called DOS. Then we started with Windows 3. Then we started with Windows 3.1. Then blah 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 blah. Then we went to Windows 95, where the UI is normally inspired from Apple's OS 7. And then we move to Windows 7, 8, 10. We are still using 10. We are near to release of Windows 11 when we are in 2021. So that's a fun. But the product grows on. There are guys who are working with Windows from 1980s. They are really senior mentors now as far as Windows 11 product conceptualization, product release cycle goes. They are kind of pioneers in those, and they really demand, or they really get a good payouts. And this is how I want you to grow to a level where you are really satisfied in your job. You are really satisfied in terms of the payouts, the salary you get, and you really knows the product in terms of whatever you're working with the full happiness. That's what I want you to do, and that's why we have included this product owner as an part of our whole training sessions or discussions, frankly speaking. Anybody have any questions for me? Did I explain you? Did I give you an idea of these 4 different entities which we're going to learn?
Yeah.
You got an idea, right? This is a basic idea. This is what we'll build on step by step. Okay, so let me start with the first slide.
You start.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Before you start, can I take your leave now? Can I take your leave now, please?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
I missed in the thought process. Please go ahead, ma'am. No problem.
Continue.
You thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
We'll connect back with all of you. So now onwards, Ravindraji will take care of the things. And when he is about to finish his part, he'll update me and I'll join back. Yeah. So see you soon, everybody. And all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
No problem.
Yeah.
Jignesh, you had a questions about software. I have iMac and it don't have a Microsoft Office, so I need to buy an online. Need to buy online for this course. Okay.
I can buy today, tomorrow morning.
Could you please pick up Jignesh?
I can buy tomorrow online.
You can, get a Windows laptop for you.
I will get it tomorrow tomorrow.
No problems. No problem, sir. Take your time. It's not
I want
like
to make sure we need it or not. This I have to make
yes,
sure.
yes, we need it because Microsoft Project is available for Mac, but if you're going to use trial version, right? The Microsoft Project is a costly tool. We'll need Excel. The way I work, we normally start with Excel as in project management, Excel as in data analysis tool, and so on and so forth. Because I believe everyone knows Excel. I try to build on that, and then we move to project management with Microsoft Project. So I believe we'll need a Windows laptop if possible. Otherwise, you can work with Microsoft, Apple Mac as well. But then you'll need Microsoft Office for Mac and Microsoft Project for Mac, because there'll be some hands-on workshop on Microsoft Project and on Jira as well. These are the two most used tools in the industry as of now: Microsoft Project and Jira, Jira. We're going to work on that as well, so don't worry on that part. But we will start with Microsoft Excel to start with. So everybody should have Microsoft Excel on your computer, so that whenever we discuss about an assignment, you can get it, you can start working on that, as per your convenience. So yes, Windows laptop is a need. Pardon me. I think I'll include that thing in my.
Today, right?
Come again, sir.
We don't need to tonight. We need it on Saturday now, right?
No, we might need in next week or so.
Or next. So okay.
Okay.
All right.
So please don't
We
stress
don't
out
need to
yourself.
write, right? So we
Come
don't
again,
need
please,
to
sir.
write. You hear me?
No, you don't need to write as of now. You can, take down your notes and you can, share your questions or, any confusions. I'll be happy to solve those as of now. This is a kind of introductory session. We are just getting warmed up as of now.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Most welcome, sir. So as we discussed agenda, this is a short form of course is PA, PM, SAFE, PO. That's the short form of this course, as the group also labeled, from these topic, right? Let's try about history and evolution. This is really important because we need to understand the ground where we stand, right? Something like that sort. In good old days, I'm talking about 1940s, 1950s, the project manager was whole and soul for any project, product or services. Okay, so when I refer project, please try to include product, project and services. So when we say project management, which includes product management, project management, solution management, as well as service management. Okay, these three are different and we'll discuss it in a due course of time, why these three forces are different and how we will address them. But as a project manager, whenever if you started your career in late 50s, late 60s, late 70s, you were the business analyst to start with. So you used to go to the client, used to collect the requirement, used to understand their vision, mission, policies, priorities, scenario, and jot down to a document called requirement specification. And this requirement specification was supposed to be a Bible for the project, whatever you're going to develop, whatever you're going to explain to the development team, and then they'll work on that. So they used to create products, services, or project solution depending upon that requirement document, which is created by the project manager in those good old days. Then the industry realized, specifically IT industry, this is really strenuous for a project manager to do the monitoring and control plus requirement gathering. This is the requirement gathering stuff. So what they've created a specific rules called business managers or business analysts. This analyst name came into picture in late 90s, but they were having some roles called business manager, which used to closely work with the sales team. Sales, right? There's a sales to every domain. Like you have a banking sale, you have a auto sales. Like that, we have a project sales in IT. So typically in information technology, these sales managers, what they called or labeled as, these are a kind of used to gather the requirement or gather the vision from a customer, a client, or a body, which is going to basically give you a work, right? The work which the IT company normally does is basically provide a solution to them in terms of a project, product, or services. Project is a kind of temporary endeavor which we took for them, and we charge certain money. There could be a fixed fixed price contract. There could be time and material contract. What is fixed price contract? And we'll discuss this again. I'm just warming you up. Fixed price contract is you tell the client, let's say if client comes to you and they want to enhance their attendance management system. Let's say you are working as a project manager with Patni. If you know, Patni is one of the most IT major even in North America as well. You work with Patni or Infosys as a project manager, and there's a guy from State Farm. Let's say State Farm is one of the biggest insurance company in Midwest. They have really good market capture there. They want to build their attendance management system. They had old registered based attendance management system, and they want you to upgrade it to a latest attendance management system, which should be global, 24/7, can be implemented in all their offices. They have around 300 plus offices across the globe. Yes, they have offices in Canada, they have offices in Spain, the South America, even they have started their operation in Europe as well. So they have 300 plus offices across the globe. They want to have a single system throughout all their offices for attendance management. So even if a guy from Europe comes down to a guy in St. Louis and start working, they're all holidays and overtime and everything gets calculated on fly, and nobody has to worry how these data has been centrally located and blah 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 things, right? So they want you to build a solution. So as a project manager, whenever you visited them first, you write down some points on your paper. In good old days, I'm talking about, right? So you write down, they want a global solution. They want a basically 24/7. They want to reduce their manual efforts. They might use something like biometric scanner, iris scanners, this scanner, that scanner. They might use also an Android app to approve leaves and blah 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 things. These are what we call requirements. So as a project manager, as a person, you jot down this requirement on a pen and paper, then go to your work and build a document called requirement specification. So these requirements have been specified, given by a client. Then I send this document to the client and say, hey client, we have discussed these 10 or 15 things, and could you please approve this with your stamp, seal, signature, this, that, and other, so that I can start work on that. So whenever these requirement documents come to you with something like contract. Now contract is a basically agreed terms between two parties, two companies, two individuals, and so on and so forth. So whenever you go to this contract, that contract is referred as statement of work. Contract is referred as project charter, and many different ways of labeling that contract or that drafted paper. Nowadays we do this digitally. We'll come to that how we do it, but let's try to understand the older processes so that you'll understand how this business analyst role came into picture, came into light, and why we have included business analyst into this. Now this contract, whenever comes to the came on a table of approved contract came on the table, it normally includes a money they're going to pay for you giving them the solutions, right? Fair enough? Any questions so far? Anybody have any difficulty in understanding?
No.
Okay, great. So you get a contract which say they want to pay, they will pay you $10 million. They'll pay 2 million upfront. They'll pay 3 million after so many months, so many weeks, so many days, and so on and so forth. This is a normal contract normally get formed out. As simple as that, right? So, this is what we call a fixed price contract. What is a fixed price contract? State Farm telling Infosys or Patni, I'll pay you $10 million to get this solution implemented in my 300 offices. Simple enough, fair enough, no complications. Now this contract is what we call a fixed price contract. They're going to pay you fixed price. Now there's a really senior CIO or a CFO in State Farm which comes to a table and says, hey boss, I'm not really sure how many man-hours or team members or developers or testers or managers you're going to require for this. So what I'll do, I'll pay you time and material. So what is time and material? A project manager has a cost attached to him. So many hours he works a week, so much payment you give it to him, rather to company, and then company pays him whatever salary he has, right? Or even if it's a contract person, then they'll pay in a contractual way. So this is what we call time and material. So I'm paying for whatever time I use of the material. Now material means man, material, and machine. Man is human resources. Material is any raw material like the biometric scanner, which will not be created by Patni to give it to State Farm or created by Infosys to give it to State Farm. So this is what we call third party component included in the solutions. Okay, so biometric scanner, you've seen that, right? You put a finger, you put your eye, you put your face so that it recognizes this is Ravindra and he's authorized to do these things, those kind of scenarios, right? So this is what we call biometric sensors, right? So these things. So there are part of things where man, material, and machines are being charged at the time they put into this effort building. Now then comes the time sheets. So whenever these guys work on those things, they do reporting in a way where I did this thing for these many hours and please process the payment. So the client will process the payment with the 10 days notice, 15 days notice, depending on the contractual obligations mentioned in the contract. Fair enough. Everybody understand this gamut of difficult words. I can understand this is a typical IT scenario we are talking right now. We'll move to different domains as well, like banking and all. They use a bit of different word, but overall the meaning is similar, right? Jignesh Bhai can really explain the way he worked. Even Madam can explain in the way she's working in banking. So we will also learn the words from their domain as well. Now these contractual terms has to be validated by leaders and then implemented or given to the project team so that they know how this is going to get charged, how we'll make our profit. Now, as every business normally built on the fundamentals of making money, building profits. Is that a right assumptions? Anybody want to contradict with me on this? Every business made for making profits or earn profits. Is that a right statement? Anybody want to contradict with me?
No.
Great. Please speak up. Please share your thought process. Please do contradict with me, because then I can talk more. We can discuss in there. Okay. So as everybody normally built for profits, built for making money, they have an idea saying whenever you do this contract, we'll have an audit with you. We'll have a review committee or senior persons who go through this contract and who try to understand how much money I'll make at the end of the day. End of the day in the sense, end of the process, end of the service contract, end of the product release, and so on. So for depending on the end of the way the contract has been finalized. Simple enough, right?
The return on
now,
investment, right?
Go ahead, please, sir. Return on investment.
Yes,
very right, please. Very right, sir. Return on investment in the scenario, how much money I'll get after how much money I put in. So if I put $100, I should get at least 120. Or somebody might say, Siddharthji might say, I should at least get $145 because I'm spending 1 month or 4 months in this. Everybody has its own way of how much return is expected, and that's what basically creates satisfaction for he or she. And that's how this whole analysis complications we have created as an industry, a separate analysis group where we normally try to understand the vision, mission, policy, procedure, contracts to be converted and given to the development team. Be it a product development, be it a solution development, be it a service development team, we are going to hand over as a business analyst the vision, missions, and the contract discussed by the client to the development team. So we are the mediators, we are the compilers, we are the transitioners from one business people to development team, right? So this is what the business analysts do. We analyze the business. Okay, let me move to the next slide where I normally, oh, come on. Okay, so we are trying to understand business. I believe you've understood business. The motto of business is to build money, to build profit, to build ROI, return on investment, because profits, money can be, means we are ignoring time factor into it. When you say return on investment, you have attached a schedule to your scope. This is IT terminology. Schedule to your scope means, let's say I'll make a tree. Simple statement, right? But when I say I'll make a tree in 30 minutes, that makes more confident, more real. This is a human psychology. We work as in humans. We evolve as in humans. So whenever you attach a schedule to a task, its importance increases, its confidence, stability increases. Same way, whenever there's a business, whenever you attach a timeline to a business, because let's say if you invest $100 and you get $102 after 6 years, everybody in financial district will call you a fool, because the cost of commodity within 6 years have been almost double. Is that a right statement, Siddharthji, or who were into banking? Sorry, I forgot. Priyaji, are you into banking, ma'am?
No, but yes, it's after every 6 years the money doubles. That's how we say.
Right. So you can understand, right?
Yeah,
Means a commodity value, be it something like milk, be it something like pizza, for that matters. Pizza is a good dear and this thing commodity. When I was in the US in 1999, we used to get a large pizza from Pizza Hut at $3.2, $3.20. And me and my 3-4 friends used to grab around 2 to 3 pizza, and we used to pay around $1.5 each or something like that sort. Nowadays, the pizza cost around $11.50 or more. I'm not very sure what are the current prices in North America. Can anybody suggest me the current large pizza prices at Pizza Hut?
Around $11.99 is right. You are right.
I'm right. Thank you. Thanks a lot for that. See, so these prices have been appreciated for, let's say, 20 years, which is almost tripled, right? And this is what the price of money also. So money also has a price attached to it. So whenever we talk about schedule attached to a business, the profits or the income must go in line with the time consumption as well, right? So here we are talking about making out $600 out of $100 out of 6 years. It's a good money. But if you're making, let's say, $300 after 6 years of a $100, you're almost neutralizing it with the time's cost. So time does cost. This is what we call opportunity cost. This is what we call the missed bandwagon cost, and many other ways to explain those scenarios. And of course, this is a philosophical terminology as well. I don't want to go there right now. I'm a vivid reader, so I do read, Socrates. I do read, various Indian philosophers, like Chanakya's, Ramkrishnans, and all those things. I do love to read these things. So philosophy will be a part of our training. We will discuss certain terminology, and we'll try to improve our life. So this is what the ROI is all about. So you apply your money growth with the schedule, so that you know what type of profits you are getting, right? So these are all analysis has to be done. This is analysis, right? We are analyzing data. We are understanding the data. We are understanding what type of data we're going to consume, what type of data we're going to convert it from one to another. Now, in a given project, scenario, product, services, we also utilize a number of data. We convert number of data elements to another number of data elements so that we can create useful reports. Now, what are these reports? Like, as we discussed, $100 in 1999 can or must have been evolved to $600 in 2021. If not, you are at short. You are what are doing short in your ROI. And that's how these financial experts speak. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I believe we have, a couple of good financial experts in our team. And I would really, love to learn from them as well. And this is what the overall, growth of the financials talk about. This is how the business works. If you're not growing your financials, the business is useless. As simple as that. So business, the main intention is to grow your financials, acquire profits, build something new, build something like which is not exist in the market, and so on and so forth. Okay, we'll discuss in depth whenever we start on business analysis. So reporting is important, because you report these things to the top business boss. You report these things to the MDs of the world, board of directors of the world, the CIO and CXO of the world. CIO, CXO, these are the people who normally grow up the ladder. The MDs and the board of directors, the way normal business can be understood, these are the financial experts, or the guys who have earned lots of funds, which can lend you some funds to run your organization. This is the way I think. I might be wrong, and sometimes there are board of directors who are grown up the ladder, who can started as a typical a manager and grow to a level of CIO, CXO, or even MD or board of directors, nowadays. But in good old days, this was the distinctions. And this is how the thought process work. But now, yes, the things are really we use something called flat hierarchy in North American markets, which is really good. So you can go to your MDs, you can go to your board of directors, you can write to them, you can talk to them, and so on and so forth, which is really good. Now, to understand this evolution, we refer to these institutions which are really pioneered in these topics. So if you talk about something like business analysis, BA book is one of the most prominent Bible referred by business analysts across the globe, or at least in North America and Canadian market. I don't want to contradict with European, because they might refer to some another books as well. But let's stick to ourselves within North American and Canadian region, where we are going to find our job in, mostly in North American region. So BA book is what they call business book. IIBA is the organizations. I'll share the link after this seminar on the group, and you can even I'll share the old BA book which I have with me, and you can download the latest versions if you like, and I'll share the link with you. Please don't worry on those parts. But BA book is a Bible which is referred by business analysts across the globe. PM book is a Bible which is referred by the PMI aspirants or project managers across the globe, across the industries as well. Okay, now what BA does, BA converts the vision into thoughts to a requirements. How do we do that? We'll understand the complete process. We'll also try to understand the templates. We'll also try to understand various tools we can utilize to make this transition easier, traceable, and how the vision is evolved into a requirement to a functionality. We'll build a complete traceability on that, and we'll learn the process and tools in the meantime on all these business analysis, policies, procedures, tools, techniques, and all those things, right? So this is all about business analyst. Can anybody explain what a business analyst does? This is a kind of discussion. So I'm just opening a floor for you as a person of whatever you understand about business analyst. Can anybody put into their word?
Yes, I can tell. So the major role of a business analyst is to interact with the client, understand the requirements, their scope, what is the current state, what are they looking at? Is it they're looking at just the automation of the current functionality, or is there a process change? And then they just on a high level, they build a business process, what they're looking at. And then after further discussions, they'll jot down into business requirements, functional requirements. They'll sit down on each of the screens. They'll develop the screens with the clients, on discussion with the clients. And later on, they'll come up with additional functionalities, reporting functionalities they would require, the client would require. And once they have prepared all the functional requirements, they'll get sign off on them from the client. And then this and one more thing, they'll discuss this with all the stakeholders involved. The client may be of, there'll be a member of clients, like there would be one main person, that could be multiple departments involved. So they'll take requirements from everybody. And once the requirements are signed off, the requirements document will go to the development team. And that's how the process will continue from there.
Wow. Wow, Priyaji, you are great. Really, you're great. You explain the complete business analyst like a typical IT, trainer. Believe me, you are really great. Believe me. Now, I'll ask the same question to Jignesh. Jignesh, could you please share your thought process of what you understand from Priyaji or me, whatever, we are learning here, and there's no right or wrong. See, we are learning, we are trying to understand. I want all of us to be on the same page, if not on day 1, but at least on day 5, day 10, or session 10, or something like that. So please, Jignesh, could you please explain in your word, what do you think about business analyst?
Business analyst means, first of all, how can we satisfy the customers? How can we attract the customers, make it the projects, how much expense is coming, how can we getting the more customer for the business. And we have to project how much expenses we getting, how much we getting for the other sources money.
Wow. Yeah, it's really great. Means, Priyaji, Jignesh ji just explained. Could we feel the difference?
Yes.
In these two explanations? Who can feel the difference in these two explanations? And there's nothing wrong and right. Even Jignesh ji explained perfectly well. Means in layman terms, in a typical, I'll say business leader type of way. He explained the business analyst roles and responsibilities.
Right.
And Priyaji explained it in a perfect IT scenario for a given IT company. She also explained about the gap analysis. She also explained about the, couple of tools we use as well. Now, on a larger scale, we want to unify these, discussions in terms of what business analyst is and how we're going to learn business analyst, or how we can function as a business analyst. That's the motto of the business analysis training capsule or business analysis sessions discussions. in next 1.5 week. And what I would really love to have is unify on some definition, try to learn some technicalities, try to learn some tool sets, so that you can be a good business analyst. Business analyst is a job in typical IT in every domain, and which is a normal requirements keep popping up every now and then. So it's a good job market as far as start working as a business analyst. But you need to know certain terminologies, certain way of explaining the way Preeti ji have done, right? So this is really a crucial part of our start of getting everybody on a page, trying to explain business analyst workings, or at least understanding what business analysts do. Business analysts are the liaison for the business who converts the thought process or a vision of a businessman or a business team or a visionary to requirement, to functionality, and hand it over to the development team. Now, in business visionary, business, team, we might have many people. There could be a typical executive, like we take an example of State Farm, right? So there could be an insurance executive who visits often couple of times a month for consolidating his account and blah blah, or completing training or whatnot. There is a even accountant in State Farm, which is normally daily going worker who works from business office at St. Louis, and he's way of understanding a new solution, how it will be useful for him. Even let's say VPHR who comes in office almost whenever there's a need, who is a kind of a direct level executive who comes office not too often, but he do come whenever there's a meeting plan, or he wants to meet somebody, he wants to get things clear, clarified, blah 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 things. So these are the three different roles at three different levels, right? We need to unify to a level where the solution is applicable to all the three, because it's important. Believe me, as a business analyst, I can understand, because whenever this even visiting office at 1 or twice a month guy, or a visiting office daily kind of guy, or visiting office at the will kind of guys, all these guys, they use this attendance system. They use to either get report, give reports, share reports, and blah blah things. So all these things have to be unified in thought process of a business analyst, and he or she should guide the solution in that way. This is really a critical role. Okay, let's not go to a level where we try to judge if business analysts are more important than project manager and blah blah things. Let's not go there. Let's try to understand criticality of each of these roles, from where and how we see them, okay, and so on and so forth. So this is what the business analyst is all about, and we're going to learn in depth what type of tools and technology, processes, and basically thought process we need to build in to be a business analyst. Okay, I think that's more than enough for today, and let's stop here. Anybody have any questions for me at this moment?
No.
No.
Okay, I'll share the link of this recording, which is what I can say, not approved by the distribution department at Guru Schools, but still have a look at these recordings, and we can discuss in depth if you have any queries as far as business analyst role goes. And then we'll take a deep dive in business analyst. We'll try to learn how we collect requirement, how we convert them to how we collect the vision. If it's given by, let's say, a CIO, CTO, or MD of the world, how we collect the vision. If it's given by a conference or a meeting, how we collect the visions, and then how do we convert it to requirement? How do you present this requirement? Those will be the next few steps. What are the tools we use in these, collecting and converting these vision to requirements to functionality and all those things? So we'll learn in our next session. Our next sessions will be on Saturday at 9 p.m. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me, and I'll be glad to answer it back. I'll share these links in a couple of hours, because Zoom takes a couple of hours to process the recording. These recording for participants only, because it's not clear by the legal department. I'll mention that thing whenever I'm going to share these recording. So if anybody have any questions, please do ask. Otherwise, I'll stop the session right away. Anybody have any questions for me at this moment?
No, I
Have
think
I
we are good.
confused you more, or have you enjoyed the training? That'll be my question. If anybody is not asking any question, have you enjoyed the session, or how
Yes,
can I
Yes.
make it more enjoyable?
Yes.
the session was good. It was very informative, and for me, it was like a revision of entire thing. Like so, it was good understanding of, and it's good for beginners also who doesn't know anything
Thank
about
you.
the
It's
business
really
analysis.
great coming from you, because you know business analyst, and I
Yeah.
can clearly understand that. And yes, this is how I keep improving myself also, which is also part of my learning. And that's why I want you to comment on if I'm going haywire. I tend to go haywire. I'm a talkative person, so please do stop me whenever I'm kind of going stray away from topic. This do happen. Okay, so let's close on this note. Have a great night. Enjoy
Thank
life,
you.
and please have a look at the recording, and we'll discuss business analysis in depth from the next session onwards. Okay,
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
thanks a lot. Have a good night, sir. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Ta-ta.
Thank you, Ravindra ji. Take care.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now the Zoom won't let me to end the session. I don't know why.